Hello, thank you for clicking on. Recently I received a phone call to let me know that a friend had passed away. And this got me thinking about how much do we value someone. Valuing ourselves and valuing each other is really, really powerful. How much a human being's worth. Now, I believe the good news is that we're all priceless and that no matter what our circumstances, our value isn't decreased by them. And here's a story to illustrate this. It's a very powerful story. It's about some Buddhist monks who had a temple, but they needed to move it because a highway was going to be built to pass through where it was actually sited. But it came to the point where they had to use a crane to lift this giant Buddha that was made of clay onto a lorry to transport it. Well, as they lifted it up, it started to crack. So obviously they were concerned, so they lowered it down and they thought they would just cover the clay Buddha over with a tarpaulin to stop it getting rained on, and then try and get a bigger train, some bigger equipment. Well, during the night, the head Buddha came along and went under the tarpaulin with a torch just to check that the clay wasn't getting damp. And then when he shined his torch across the cracks that had started to appear, there was a glimmer of light reflected back. So he was really curious. So he chipped away, and more glimmer, more light was being reflected back. So to cut a long story short, the next day they all chipped off the clay, only to find that this Buddha was made of solid gold. 2.5 tons of solid gold. And it was worth about £146 million. Now, it really touches me, that story, because I'm someone who finds criticism difficult to handle, and it decreases my self-worth, and it's like that clay. But this story tells us that the statue was still worth £146 million, even though it was covered in clay. So I wonder what other things could represent the clay that mask our true value. There could be things said in the past. Sometimes they become like a stuck record, showing my age here, and repeat themselves. So maybe a stuck CD. But the point is that when we're covered with difficult feelings or we're challenged by things that happen to us, it doesn't change the fact that we are precious and we are valuable. Pure gold. Now, when something's valuable and it's lost, or someone is lost, then the people that value that person, they can go into a panic. What I mean is if you ever turn around and your child's missing for a moment, that's the sort of panic I'm meaning. Now, the term lost was used by Jesus when he described those who had yet to find him, because he values you and me so much. Jesus said of himself, "For the Son of Man came to seek and to save the lost." Now, Jesus goes on to tell 3 stories, all in a row, one about a lost coin, a lost sheep, and a lost son, to explain how precious everyone is to God. And they all result in joy and celebration when they're all found. God values us all so much that he sent Jesus so that we all could be found by God. John 3:16 tells us, "For God so loved," if you like, so valued, "the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life." So remember, you are priceless. No matter how much or how little we have, we are priceless. God values us all, and he's looking for those who haven't found him yet. If that's you, then when you're ready to be found, God will be there for you. Okay. God bless, and thanks for clicking on. Bye.